Look, guys, you know, love him or hate him, Dream is S tier. I hate to break it to you.
Well, no, but it's funny too, because like they'll say like, well, Technoblade had like has like the point record or whatever, and it was like in the that MCC. Well, no, he has like higher point average something, and he's been in more MCCs, and then the MCCs he were in, like there was a couple where they were like broken in points. Like there was the one where Tommy, like there was like they look at the top 10 like most points ever, and 5 of them are from one MCC, and they still count that into the averages. It was like the MCC where it was donated to like Black Lives Matter or something, I think, and so they upped the coins. That way, everyone got more coins.
I got my coin. It came in the mail. It's pretty cool.
Well, I'm talking about like
I'm not talking about
coins.
I'm just saying I have a coin and Puns doesn't. I just wanted to bring that up.
I haven't played yet.
You know, all I'm saying is Carl has a 100% win rate, and
it doesn't matter. It's like it's one of those things where it doesn't. It's to me. It's funny. It's not bothersome. It's funny because
Seattle,
it's like
Washington. It's very
I don't know. It'll just be, it gets funnier and funnier because like it used to be more of like, okay, they can debate it, but then now it's like it gets funny to see people try and like they have to jump through hoops to try and like justify their reasoning without being like, I don't like Dream. Like, they're like, well, I mean, technically he's never been on a nerfed team. I'm like, MCC's all unbalanced teams. Like every week they try and balance the teams as fair as they can be. Like, well, he hasn't been on a team with like crappy players. Like, no, my team generally performs better than other teams because I practice with my team.
Because Dream
like,
ups his players.
I reach out to my team and I give them tips and I teach and we have strategies for different games and so my teams end up doing better than most teams just because of the fact that I do that. And so even though they're balanced teams, like the reason I've never had a team that's finished like 9th place or something is because of that. Like even if I was put on a team with like 3 really low tier players,
like, give examples.
Like 3 Carls, like 3 Carls.
And like last event, like our team wasn't overpowered. Like our team was
no, our team was not overpowered, dude. Like, okay, like literally, like Carl got like 1,300 points. Dude, just wasn't overpowered.
If me and you didn't pop off in Sky Battle, we wouldn't have made it to
No, if we didn't play, literally, listen, people really underestimate, like really undervalued how well we played our game modes that we were supposed to do good in.
Yeah. Like we did bad in the ones we were supposed to do bad in, but the ones we were supposed to do good in, we went. We killed. Like Parkour Warrior, me and
1 and 2.
1 and 2. Sky Battle, me and
we
you
got number
1.
Well,
like,
we got.
I got number 1 by double the points, and you got number 4.
I think I got 5, but.
And, like, and our team was like number 1 by far.
Oh yeah, by
like
far.
1,000 more points.
Like all the game modes we were supposed to go like. We were supposed to be like good at, not even necessarily number 1. We like crushed it, like number 1 by thousands of points.
Yeah.
And people undervalue that.
In Parkour Warrior, we got like number 1 by a couple thousand points, and same thing in the other
one.
Like,
look, hot take. I hate it when people say Parkour Warrior is not a good game mode. It's a good game mode. People just need to get better at parkouring. That's the truth.
And what's funny is that in the last one, people were like, well, like Dream. The only reason Dream finished it is because like he practiced it the most. And I'm like, well, before the last one, I didn't even practice. First of all.
First of all, everyone practices.
And everyone practices. And 3, they changed every section. Yeah. Every single section was changed except for the last like 2, and I still finished.
The parkour's not even that hard either.
No, it's not. It's really not. Like
you should see some hard parkours.
Like what makes the parkour hard is that
the people are rushing
doing it for the first time. Like it's not if you're doing it for the first time and all these sections are changed, you have to figure out how to do these jumps quickly. Like you can't spend 5 minutes on a section learning it. Like you have to just do it very quickly. Which is just I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. MCC it's so interesting because there's certain things like I feel like I don't know. I think my team will do better this week at some of the games that I usually do bad at, like build battle and stuff. I think.
Me too. My team is good at like team games.
Yeah. But I feel like it's something where if you can rely on the more like PvP games and stuff, then you do that and you try and get as many points as you can in those games, like farm them in those games.
Speaking of parkour, the thing is also that I think is that no one practices parkour in general. So when they come across a new jump, they only practice MC parkour and they just don't know how to deal with it. If they were just to practice parkour in general, they would know. Like I see a jump and I'm like, oh, I know how to do this jump.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's a.
I remember when they made the change to the one jump when they had the iron doors. The iron trap doors on the side. Like everyone got stuck there because like they only knew how to, basically people who practice just the MCC parkour, they get stuck at a section for 10 minutes that they've never done because they've never done it before.
They don't know other parkour jumps. They only know MCC parkour, which is very detrimental to them.
And that's why that is why Parkour Warrior ends up usually being some of the same 5 people up near the top, like me, you, Techno, Fruit, Pete, you know, like and something like Quig or Tapel maybe. Because like
we know how to parkour.
We know how to parkour. So even if they made a completely new course, I feel like the order would be exactly the same. Like if they made a completely new course, it'd be exactly the same.
Yeah, you used to know life parkour back in the day, and that's what makes you good at it.
Yeah.
You used to just practice parkour, like that was just fun. It's just for you to go
Dream
around.
also uses a bunch of like angles and stuff to his advantage. I've been doing that recently. It helps me.
Yeah.
Dream Dream has like lineups and stuff.
Yeah. He lines up the shout.
And it's one of those things where sometimes lineups you may not get right away, but you may realize right away, oh, I'm gonna do this lineup. But yeah, I think people like Parkour Warrior it
gets a lot of unnecessary flack.
I think they shouldn't have tried to make it hard. Like as an example, like Ace Race, in my opinion, is very comparable in terms of like you just practice it. It's one map. It's like if you're better at like all the top 5 are pretty much gonna be the same because you're just gonna get like if you're better at it, you're better at it.
Although I did really bad in Ace Race. I usually get top 10.
The reason people love Ace Race is because they're not making Ace Race harder to hurt the bad people.
What they should have done, instead of making it harder, they should have just made parkour longer, so it's harder to complete.
Yeah. I think that because before I joined, nobody was really beating it. They wanted to try and like keep it like that, and that really ended up hurting it because.
What's the problem with people completing Parkour Warrior?
That's what I had a problem.
I don't
with.
understand.
Like, what is the problem? Like, there's no other game where they're like, like Pete's killing it in hole in the wall. I guess they did do that with the psych wall, but still, like they're like Pete won't be like exclusively the only one winning hole in the wall. And they didn't really change much about that, and they didn't remove it or anything. And then same thing with like Ace Race. It's like it's the same 3 people usually.
I mean Techno murked Ace Race.
Yeah, he killed it, but it's because obviously if you just know all the tips and tricks and stuff, and then you have to like he played perfectly on the day, and like that's very hard to do. Like I realized in mine, I was like, if I had played perfectly, I probably would have finished like 10 seconds behind him or something. But there was like 2 or 3 times where I made mistakes that cost me 10 seconds each or something. Yeah. It's just one of those things where you have to really. It was really impressive, like going back and watching his things.
And also, we didn't even get like we honestly could have like if we had gotten like survival games and Battle Box and we switched out a few of those game modes, we would have just probably annihilated.
That's true. Replace Build Mart with
Battle Box, and we
just
crush it.
And replace if you replace Build Mart with Battle Box and you replace what's another game? And you replace what's it called? The Elytra one. What is that?
Rocket Spleef.
Rocket Spleef. And then you replace Rocket Spleef with Skywarps, like with Hunger Games.
Dream is breaking probably the point record.
Well, I don't know about that, but we finished first. There's no way our team doesn't finish first if we get those games.
But that's not even.
It would have been us versus Techno in the finals.
Then that would have been way more hype.
That would have been. It would have been so. That
would have been
like
so hype. That's ever. Like Dream Team versus Techno. That's like what people. That's like what people literally like. That's like. If you could pick who's in the finals, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would pick that.
That would have been epic.
It's a fan favorite, is what you're trying to say.
I feel like even if Battle Box.
I just wish Battle Box. We would have gotten first if Battle Box.
I feel like if Battle Box got played instead of Build Mart, I think because Techno's team was in 3rd whenever on the going.
Dude, and I don't understand how people were like talking about how parkour saved us, bro. Build Mart, the blue team got so. Was it the blue team?
Yeah, it was.
They got so many points from Build Mart of all games. Build Mart, you got to be joking. Build Mart.
Yeah, they killed it in Build Mart.
That was dumb. That was dumb.
I feel like there's one game like that, like every time though.
Yeah.
Like there was the Sky that happened in Hunger Games, like to Fruits.
Yeah, and then also I'm in Sky Battle, like or Sky Blockle. That's what it was. A Sky Blockle back then. Some team like their whole team survived the whole. I do really like Sky Battle over Sky Blockle because it benefits kills over just surviving.
I think Sky Battle is a lot better.
It's way better.
And there's 3 rounds, right? And Sky Blockle's 1.
Yeah, Sky Blockle's 1 round. So if you just mess up. It's over.
I think Sky Battle's
I feel like they should I feel like they should adjust Hunger Games and make it so the Hunger Games is 3 shorter rounds rather than 1 longer one.
That'd be cool. I actually do because like.
I feel like
one team can just give
it's
RNG. Yeah, you just get RNG. Like green comes and crits you with an axe behind the thing, and you're done.
That's why I think making it so it's 3 would it'd still be RNG, but it would remove a lot of it because you at least have a chance for 1 good RNG game, and if you get 1 good RNG game, then boom.
Even if you have like 2 bad ones, you can still like do decent.